Forest Love and Mountain Love, which is an international green humanity organization. The United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love focuses on carbon neutrality in response to climate change, protecting the global environment, and providing volunteer services and humanitarian practice activities for those in need. Forest Love and Mountain Love is a United Nations non-governmental organization that has been active since 2021, with a special consultative status from the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. In June 2021, the Committee on Non-Governmental Organization recommended that the Forest Love and Mountain Love be given the special consultative status necessary to act as a United Nations non-governmental organization, followed by the United Nations Economic and Social Council's final endorsement in July 2021. Subsequently, the United Nations Economic and Social Council officially notified that Forest Love and Mountain Love has been given the special consultative status through its official letter of September 30, 2021, announcing its privileges and duties as a United Nations non-governmental organization, and on December 2021, United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love held the official inauguration ceremony at the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea and began its full-fledged activities as a United Nations non-governmental organization. As a United Nations non-governmental organization, Forest Love and Mountain Love strives to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Sustainable Development Goals are a common task for mankind. Sustainable Development Goals are an agenda that was resolved to be achieved by 2030 at the 70th United Nations General Assembly in 2015. The Sustainable Development Goals are the common 17 goals of mankind to realize the ideology of sustainable development, with the slogan "Leave no one behind." Sustainable Development Goals presents 17 goals and 169 detailed goals for humanity in 5 areas: human, earth, prosperity, peace and partnership, and can be summarized in 5 words that begins. English: planet, people, prosperity, peace and partnership. First, planet. Currently, the Earth is getting hotter and hotter, entering the era of global boiling after global warming, and the entire planet is suffering from climate change. Due to the heat wave and heavy rain, big rain damages as well as large forest fires occurred, causing numerous property and human casualties in Canada and Hawaii. In the United States, heavy snow and cold weather are also frequent in winter, and glaciers in the polar region and the Alps are melting, thereby raising sea levels. So to cope with climate change globally, we are trying to prevent global temperatures from rising over 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to before the Industrial Revolution, and this is an effort to accomplish 2050 net zero of carbon emission. As an intermediate step, by 2030, each country is required to present and implement a target value for reducing carbon emissions, which is the nationally determined contribution, which Korea presents 40 and strives to implement. 46 in Japan, 50 in the United States, 60 in Europe. United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love is trying to save the planet and respond to climate change for the 2050 carbon neutrality. The first thing is to preserve the forest. The forest absorbs carbon dioxide and releases the oxygen that people need to breathe. The forest also absorbs and preserves water when it rains, and it releases water in times of drought, which helps a lot when floods and droughts. It also provides wood, many precious herbal medicines, and a place to heal the emotions of modern people under various stresses. Therefore, preventing forest fires, collecting forest waste, and restoring devastated forests are very important to protect forests. Forest Love and Mountain Love is striving to protect the forests by conducting forest fire prevention campaigns and forest waste collection activities twice a month to preserve the forest while carrying out plogging activities. Here, plogging is an environmental protection movement that also picks up trash while exercising, such as jogging, hiking, and walking. The second important thing for environmental protection is renewable energy generation and energy conservation and enhancing efficiency in energy consumption. Oil and coal, the main culprit of carbon emission. It is important to generate renewable energy instead of fossil energy, such as coal and oil. Renewable Renewable energy such as solar and wind power should be developed by replacing fossil fuels. In particular, global big companies such as Apple and Tesla and Samsung Electronics have declared 100% practice these days. And it is more necessary to develop renewable energy because they require the use of renewable energy 100 in the production process. In addition, energy conservation and enhancing efficiency in energy consumption are needed. To save energy, we should continue to make efforts to reduce energy waste in production and real life by unplugging when we are not using electronic appliances and managing the temperature of the cooling and heating devices. We can also save up to 30% of energy consumption in building management. As a third way to reduce carbon emissions, it is necessary to promote resource circulation such as waste recycling. For example, it is desirable to promote resource circulation by recycling discarded plastic to make eco-friendly materials and recycling food waste as fertilizer. As management of companies is needed as the fourth alternative for reducing carbon emissions. ASU stands for Environmental, Social, and Governance, which means companies are pursuing sustainable development. In terms of environmental, social, and governance, each element contains the following. First, environmental means that companies focus on sustainable environmental management, including renewable energy use, to minimize carbon emissions from production and business operation. Second, social means that companies should consider social values, such as protecting labor relations and customer rights, while fulfilling their social responsibilities and contributing to society. Third, governance evaluates whether a company's governance system is appropriate, such as whether the company's management, structure, and operation are transparent and ethical, and whether the role and responsibilities of the board are properly performed. ASU is seen as an important indicator for investors and social stakeholders who aim to create long-term value and sustainable management. Companies can create social value and pursue sustainable management by developing and managing strategies based on ASU factors. As a fifth measure for carbon neutrality, it is very important for anyone to implement the tasks of reducing carbon emissions in their daily lives. For example, to refrain from using disposable items such as disposable paper cups or plastic bags, carry shopping bags such as eco bags, and carrying tumblers and carrying handkerchiefs instead of disposable tissues are desirable. It is very important to use public transportation, such as the bus and subway, or to walk or ride a bicycle in daily life instead of riding a car. Small daily practices contribute to the realization of carbon neutrality and save the earth and human life from the crisis of climate change. The second is people. Although we are better off than in the past, there are still many people who are in need, not only domestically, but also globally. There are still many people who do not yet have the minimum living conditions necessary as human beings. United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love continues to provide free meal sharing services to vulnerable groups such as the homeless and elderly living alone, and also provides emergency disaster support activities to help those suffering from domestic and foreign disaster situations. We supported victims who lost their homes and properties due to strong forest fires on the East Coast in 2022, also supported victims of flood damage due to heavy rains in 2023. Internationally, for the people suffering from the Ukrainian war in 2022 and Turkey earthquake in 2023, emergency relief support was provided for the elderly and the weak in cooperation with the Korean Red Cross and the International Red Cross Federation. The third is prosperity. United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love seeks to avoid non-eco-friendly economic growth and polarization of wealth. We pursue sustainable green growth while protecting the environment and promoting economic prosperity and a warm economy that live well together. Created by Forest Love and Mountain Love members, the World Bazaar Cooperative and Arimal practice eco-friendly ASU management while pursuing prosperity and a warm economy where all people live well together. Fourth is peace. There should be no war on the Korean Peninsula again, even though there are difficulties due to North Korea's nuclear weapons and missiles. But we must continue to move on the path of peace and common prosperity. Also, many people are in pain because of the war in Ukraine, and we must continue to make efforts to achieve global peace. short. Go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love has signed MOUs for mutual cooperation at home and abroad, and plans to further strengthen partnerships with various organizations for practical, win-win cooperation in various fields in the future. United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love will be more active in protecting the global environment, promoting humanitarian practice and achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. To promote this more efficiently, United Nations non-governmental organization Forest Love and Mountain Love will effectively reorganize this and strengthen its organization and make every effort to protect the environment and support people in need. We plan to actively develop it as a collaboration platform for environment protection and humanitarian practice. We ask for your active participation, warm encouragement and support. Thank you.